Good to see everybody again. Just wrapped up our exhibition match on Saturday against Mankato. We played 5 sets to 25, so a ton of volleyball where we played 5 different lineups in those 5 sets and got to see a lot of different combinations of players playing with each other and playing against Mankato as they threw out a lot of different lineups as well. So awesome experience for us to really evaluate where our team is at, where our athletes are at, and it's a very exciting year for us. We're as competitive as we have ever been in our gym at every single position. And we're older than we've ever been as well. Last year, one of the conversations we had was 11 of our 18 athletes were 19 years old or younger. And so the youth that we've had over the last 2 years is now a ton of experience that comes back for us this fall, which we are very excited to get going this weekend as we head to New Mexico. We're going to play UC Irvine in New Mexico on Friday, and then we've got Tulane on Saturday before we come home and have 2 consecutive home weekends in non-conference play, which we're really excited about as well.
Well, Coach, I think I saw your comments after Mankato talking about being an improved team. What was the balance for your program in terms of in-house development? Was it transfers? What elevated you?
Yeah, I think for us, last year we were pretty young. Last year we were also really beat up. Of those 18 athletes, 17 people were on the injured list at one point during the year, which is kind of wild to think about. I think it was the 12th week of the season last year was the first time we had the same lineup 2 weekends in a row, which is a little wild to think about. So for us, part of it is just being healthy. That everybody's coming back and they're in a way better spot than they were a year ago. The other piece is that all of those people who have been playing for us the last 2 years as younger athletes are now more experienced. And so we're seeing athletes like Paige Barber and Elizabeth Norris, who got to go to the USA Open tryout last spring, had an amazing experience there. You're going to get to talk to Lauren in a second. Lauren spent the summer training with the Canadian U21 team, which was an amazing experience for her. But we have all of these people coming back with lots of match reps and match experience. You look at Maddie Horniak and Elizabeth Norris, they're both going to crack 100 played matches over their college career this season at some point, which is something to talk about. We've got a lot of experience in those positions that can help guide our younger athletes who are as competitive and as physical as anybody else in our gym. So it's nice to have them coming and complementing the roster that we've already built up to be really talented and really experienced.
Where did you see some of those kind of first moments of realizing that maybe I've got a souped up version of what I had before?
Yeah, day one of preseason. I think we all came in and we had a lot of one-on-one meetings last week, and everybody has said it's a night and day difference just from last year to this year in terms of the energy that we have and the hunger in the room. I mean, the reality was that there was a 4-way tie in the Summit League last year for first place in volleyball. And South Dakota and Denver and Kansas City and Omaha were those 4 teams. And when we played South Dakota, we went 18-16. I mean, when we played Omaha, we went 15-13 in the 5th set. And when we played Denver, we went to the 5th set as well after a 40-38 third set, which was wild to think about. And so to have those matches fall the other way for us last year only left a taste in our mouth that makes us really excited to go back and play them again.
Will you be relying on Norris's experience quite a bit at this point, or how does she figure into this equation here?
I mean, Elizabeth has been one of the top setters in the conference since she's been here. She's been number 2 and number 5 in the country in triple doubles the last 2 seasons as well. And so it's awesome to have her leadership and her experience on the court as a 5th-year senior who's using her COVID year with us this year. The reality is, though, that Teagan Timperley and Katie Revere are both pushing her every single day in practice. And just like with our libero position, just like with our middle blocker and our pin positions, on any given day, any of our setters could be the top setter in the gym, which is a really exciting place to be because all of them are playing at a level where they can contribute and make a huge impact.
Hey. Last year, I think you as a team hit about 160, and your opponents hit just over 210.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can pinpoint that you can narrow that gap in attack percentage or even maybe flip it a little bit to aid in your success rate this year?
100%. I think first and foremost, people are going to hit for a lower efficiency against us this year. We are just a better defensive team than we have ever been, and that starts with our serving. We have 16 people in the gym that can knock you off the net and score points from the service line, and it's going to make it a lot easier for us to dig a lot of balls and to be great offensively in transition. The other piece of that is that our offense is far more effective this year. Obviously, Elizabeth Norris coming back for her 5th year, but Teagan started for us as a setter last year as a freshman the entire time, and so now she's got a full season under her belt. And all of our pin attackers have way more experience than they had previously. And so we're going to be seeing people running different routes at speed, hitting with range, and scoring a lot more frequently than we have in the past.
To have an exhibition match against Mankato and put a ton of people in the lineup and rotate, how big is that for everybody, not just the experienced players, to get that game experience?
Yeah, huge. We had a couple of our freshmen, Calla Cooper and Vanessa Emo, who had come to us from very good programs in California and Utah, but had never played in the back row before because of the way that substitutions are used at the youth level in our sport in the U.S. So Calla and Vanessa both played 6 rotations. They played in the back row. They served balls, and they had never done that in a match previously. And so for them to get those first match jitters out as a college athlete, but also to play in some positions that they hadn't been in previously was huge experience for them. That'll only pay dividends down the road this year and for the next few years to come as well.
And then talking that road trip coming up for you guys, just with 3 back-to-back games, that's got to be big for experience as well, right?
Definitely. Yeah, 3 chances for us to go out and play really physical teams. UC Irvine from the Big West is as physical as they have been in many, many years. They've got a very good starting setter. Last name Feliciano. I actually coached her older sister at the University of Denver a long time ago. But they're a really good team. And New Mexico has been one of the top teams in the Mountain West for the last 4 years. But they graduate a lot. So they're going to be a very different look from the team that we saw a year ago. And Tulane is their head coach actually got hired the same year that I got hired here. And so she's going into her 3rd year and having a lot of momentum starting to generate within that program. So it's going to be a great challenge for us to go out and play against 3 good teams to prepare us for those 2 home weekends we've got.